Are you forced to return to the office after you've been working at home for the past year, 2 years, almost 3 years? 3 things you can do to make a plan of exit or appeal to, like there's some employees are doing right now with some companies, to help them to remain remote. Stay tuned. Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I know there's a lot of you guys that are being, the best way to put this is being, interestingly, not willfully encouraged, but encouraged to return to the office at a flex schedule or to return altogether. Although your job can be done 110% remotely. Now, there's several reasons for this. One, some people want to justify the money they're paying for the buildings that are not really occupied anymore. Two, let's be honest, some of them are old school and think the only way you can build camaraderie or you can build teamwork is by physically being in the office. I've personally worked in remote environments myself, that is false. You have some of them also that straight up are old school. If I had to drive to work all this time and do it for 40 plus years, you gotta do it too. You got some, listen, you got some employers that are petty like that. Let's be honest. And then there's some that are saying, oh, this will be better for the organization and this and that, and the third. And they're also threatening. Here's a wonderful thing. I'm being sarcastic, guys. The wonderful thing that they're also threatening to decrease people's wages if they choose to work remotely on a continuous basis. There's some organizations just doing some things to try to get people to come back to work in the office. And a lot of it has more to do with perception than the reality of things. Because if you're really trying to do that because you think your team works better and while they're not remote, that's what Microsoft Teams and a lot of those conference call systems are for. They can interact that way, face to face. You can see them like how you see me on this camera with this video right now. Hello. You can do that on phones. The technology is out there to truly build a team. If you truly want to build a team, whether they're physically in the same room or not. So a lot of the reasoning behind it, there's some people that prefer to go back to the office. For those of you that don't, I'm gonna just drop 3 tips here. 1, start applying for jobs that's in your field that's not requiring people to come back to the office. That is still fully remote and will remain fully remote. Start looking at your options here, buddy. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to. It's real simple. Because some of these organizations, the reasoning behind why they're doing it is not the real reason. Let's be honest. They just want people to come back because. And they don't really have a good reason. So they're using all these justify. I just did a video a couple of videos ago showing that there's no impact on productivity in most cases. There's a study that shows that. So miss me with a lot of these company presidents that talk about the fact that I heard some ridiculous things that, oh, if you want to be promoted and you want your career to go far, you have to come back to the office. Your performance should speak for that. Your productivity should speak for that. Not the fact that you're physically there or not. So miss me with the foolishness. I'm just going to call foolishness what it is. That is foolishness. So, or if you want to, if you don't want to, if that's one way of finding another means of employment that has 100% remote as well, and they're not trying to do a flex where you spend some days at home and some days in the office. Tip number 2, start an online business to supplement your income. Listen to me. We all have skills that we can use to start a business. We all have skills. The very skill it takes to be a YouTuber can be used as a business. You have to learn to edit. You have to learn to film video. You have to learn to do proper lighting. You have to upload a certain amount of time. You can use that because there's people that are YouTubers or that do video content all the time that do not want to edit them. There are people that are editing for full time. There's people that that do thumbnails for people. Fiverr is full of them. You know, there's skills that you have. And of course, I would always encourage you, if you're looking to start an online business, you might want to grab a trusty notebook here. Yeah, I know you guys have probably seen this notebook enough already. Start making a list of some of the skills, knowledge base, or abilities that you want to offer as a service to in a business, or it's a product that you can sell. There's so many things out there. Dispatching, virtual assistant. You want to start, it doesn't have to be an online business. It could be an offline business. You could become a notary. You could become a mobile notary. I'm a notary. So there's so many things that you can do, whether it be offline or online. You can start a business that does not require you to even be bothered with any of these employers. Become an employer yourself. Hey, choice is yours. You can also choose the overemployment route. So if you're employed currently with a company that's about to either enforce or has started enforcing you to come back to work, you can also participate in overemployment. Grab another remote job that's not requiring you to go back into the office. And when that one decides to start saying, oh, we're requiring this, and if you don't come in or if you don't this, then we're going to decide to let you go. You can let them go and have another remote job. Listen to me, guys. There's so many ways to skin a cat. These are just 3 ways you can do it. If they're forcing you to come back to the office, exercise your options. Start applying for new remote jobs. Start an online business or start a business, period. Doesn't matter. Or participate in overemployment and grab another remote job that's not requiring any flex work. That way, got to keep the cash rolling in, folks. Keep the cash rolling in. But guys, you have a lot of other options. I'm just touching on 3 in this video. Because if they're one of these employers that is talking about, oh, working from home is going to do this, it's going to cause you to this. Cut the foolishness. You just want people back in your office. You just want people back in your office because you're paying ridiculous rent. You're paying ridiculous amounts of rent to keep it on. And there's some of those employers that straight up are old school and didn't want to do remote work in the first place. And now that they can ask you to come back, they're demanding you come back. So guys, you have the option. Keep in mind, you are in the business of you. And with the business of you, you have options. You can exercise the 3 we talked about today, or you can explore other options. And of course, guys, if you're looking for help in that area, you're wanting to make a change in your career, and you're definitely looking for some career strategy, we can definitely work together at mentorshirley.com/consultations, where we can work together individually so we can put a plan and strategy together personally to get your career to soar in the direction of your choice. Of course, if you have other questions in regards to this whole remote work business and the fact that there are some employers that are trying to force people back into the office, and you want to contribute, of course, to that, or you definitely leave a comment below, or you can go to mentorshirley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours. Some employers are doing it because they said it's a necessity. Some employers are doing it because they can. You have choices that you can make as well because you are in the business of you. All right, guys, of course, this is Mentor Shirley wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally as you make choices to become a better professional as you're in the business of you. You make the choices for yourself. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one.